All right, everybody, thank you for your patience. I will call this meeting of the Senate Committee on Education to order. Welcome in Carson City. I don't see anybody in Las Vegas, and if there's anyone on the phone line. I'm Senator Angie Taylor, and I have the honor of leading us through this meeting on today, and we will start with our roll call. Madam Secretary.
Senator Buck, Senator Cruz Crawford, Senator Doñate, Senator Dondero Loop, Senator Rogish, Senator Titus, Chair Taylor.
And I am present. Please mark Senator Buck absent excused. Okay, everybody, today we just have work session. I won't go over all of the, these are, you're all frequent flyers, so we don't, you know the rules. Right, you know the rules. Okay, so we will start with our work session. Let me turn over to my work session document. Today we're going to work session some bills, and we're going to ask our policy analyst, Ms. Sturm Gaynor, to take us through it. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Taylor. Jen Sturm Gaynor, Committee Policy Analyst. As a reminder, as nonpartisan staff, we do not advocate for or against any measure. The first bill on work session today is Assembly Bill 164, which is sponsored by Assemblymember O'Neill and was heard on the 25th of April. The bill increases the account for student indemnification balance amount, above which post-secondary educational institutions licensed by the Commission on Post-Secondary Education are not required to pay certain quarterly fees, and there are no proposed amendments at this time. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Assembly Bill 164. Any questions of staff? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to, this is do pass, no amendment, right? To do pass, if that's the pleasure.
I'll move to do pass Assembly Bill 164.
Okay, thank you so much. There's a motion on the floor to do pass Assembly Bill 164. There's a second from Senator Doñate. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Opposition? The motion carries. Let the record show it is unanimous. Ms. Sturm Gaynor, let's go on. Oh, floor statement. Ooh, floor statement. Let's give that floor statement to, we'll give that to Senator Rogich. Thank you. I forgot about that. Thank you so much. Ms. Sturm Gaynor, please continue.
Thank you, Chair. Jen Sturm Gaynor, Committee Policy Analyst. The next bill on work session is Assembly Bill 383, which is sponsored by Assembly Members Hansen and Dickman and others, and was heard on May 12th. In its first reprint, the bill authorizes the State Board of Education to establish rules and regulations setting the criteria a high-impact tutoring vendor must meet in order for a school district or governing body of a charter school to contract with the vendor for the provision of such services. There's a couple of proposed amendments, of which, yeah, okay. And they are attached to the document, but conceptually they do the following. The first, it clarifies that the regulations adopted by the State Board of Education must use high-impact tutoring standards criteria. And secondly, removes the specific prescribed requirements related to the frequency of interactions between a pupil and a tutor, tutoring methods, including the pupil-to-tutor ratio, the use of assessments to measure progress, and the provision of tutoring during the school day, and finally, the type of instructional materials used. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sturm Gaynor. Any questions of staff? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to amend and do pass, if that's the pleasure of the committee.
Amend and do pass.
There's a motion on the floor to amend and do pass from Vice Chair. There's a second from Senator Titus. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Is there opposition? The motion carries. Let the record show that it is unanimous. And let's, what's this one? Sponsored by, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. We will give this floor statement to Assembly, oh, no, she's an Assembly person. So we'll give this floor statement to Senator Titus. Oh, no, you know, we give the floor statement to Senator Hansen. That's right. My bad. Hansen was right. Okay, Ms. Sturm Gaynor?
The next bill on work session is Assembly Bill 406, which is sponsored by Assembly Members Jackson and Nadeem. We heard this bill on May 7th. The bill prohibits public schools from using artificial intelligence to perform the functions and duties of a school counselor, psychologist, or social worker. These professionals may use AI to perform other duties. There are several proposed amendments, of which are attached to the work session document in conceptual form. Tess Opperman had proposed the amendments, which does the following. First, it revises the definition of AI to align with other legislative bills regarding AI being considered this session. Two, it requires the Department of Education to adopt a policy for using AI tools for certain health purposes and to evaluate the vendor to ensure accurate information is provided. And it further authorizes the Department of Education to partner with DPBH for related purposes. The amendment also clarifies the records supported by an AI system that must be independently reviewed by a provider to include, one, billing patients and managing records related to billing, and two, organizing, tracking, and managing files or notes relating to an individual patient session. And four, remove the provision regarding the requirements in the bill not being construed to prohibit the provision of faith-based counseling services. And another proposed amendment came during the hearing on the bill from Tom Clark. This amendment would authorize a provider of mental and behavioral health care, including certain school-based mental and behavioral health care personnel, to use AI technology approved by a federal agency or national association with expertise in mental and behavioral health care if the agency or association determines the AI is safe for use in providing such care. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Sturmganger. My understanding is from the bill sponsors that that second amendment from Mr. Clark is not friendly, so was not accepted. So as we consider this Assembly Bill 406, it is with the First Amendment, but with the 4 points on it, but the Second Amendment was not accepted by the sponsor. That's on 406. Let's see. 406 in our work session docs. Here, you can look at mine. It's this one. Oh. We're going to be in a brief recess. Okay, thank you for that. We're back from recess, and as mentioned, number 2 on the work session document was really just an idea, not intended to be a recommended amendment, and it wasn't approved by the sponsor anyway. So we will go with Assembly Bill 406 as amended under 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. Any questions before we look for a motion? Seeing none, I will entertain the motion to amend and do pass.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Is there a second?
I will second.
Your second? Amend and do pass, motion from Vice Chair Dondero Loop, second from Senator Cruz Crawford. Any discussion on the motion? Senator Titus?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to support this. I do think we have to have some regulation on the AI. I get all that, but the billing component of this has me very concerned that the provider has to review all of that, and frequently the provider isn't even aware the billing process happens. So I will be a no on this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Titus. Any other discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Nay. Okay, the vote is 5-1. Let the record show that Senator Titus is a nay vote. And so the motion passes, and I will assign this for statement to Senator Cruz Crawford. Okay, that concludes our work session for the day. Okay, that concludes our agenda for the day until we're down to our last agenda item, and that is public comment. If you're here in Carson City or in Las Vegas or on the phone line and would like to make public comment, this is your time to make public comment on anything not on the agenda or anything, and it needs to be something within the purview of this committee. So we will see. There's no one here in Carson City. There's no one there in Las Vegas. AVH, do we have anybody on the phone line for public comment?
Thank you, Chair. The public line is open and working. There are no callers.
Thank you so much, AVH. Okay. All right, that concludes our meeting. Thank you, everyone, for hard work on committee deadline day. And stay in touch. We do have some other bills that just came our way. So we are adjourned.
Recess, we're adjourned. We are adjourned?
Yeah, we're adjourned.
Because you know if we have anything.
No, we're adjourned.
Okay.
Oh, no, we want to recess?
Well, do we have anything that might come full circle? Everything's done. If everything's done, you can adjourn. Just check out.
But if I recess, when do I come back and adjourn?
You and I just have to come back.
Okay. Okay, we're going to recess. We'll recess.
You know, we don't need